Hi everybody, welcome to our last and final week 8 of my educational support group series. My name is Mallory Howell and I'm an occupational therapy student. Today we're going to be talking about rebuilding meaning and purpose post-diagnosis. Like in our other videos, I'm going to ask you to please pause the video so that you can scan the QR code below to take a brief pretest before our presentation begins. Alright, now that we've completed our pretest, we're going to talk about our objectives. So number 1, understand how cancer affects sense of meaning and life roles. Number 2, learn OT approaches for restoring participation, identity, and purpose. Number 3, identify strategies for rebuilding daily life aligned with personal values. And lastly, number 4, explore how families can support one another in finding new meaning together. So to begin this presentation, I'm going to go through a quote of the day that I found that I thought was really good for our presentation that we're talking about. So remember how far you've come, not just how far you have to go. You may not be where you want to be, but neither are you where you used to be. It can be easy to get caught up in how far you have to go. Don't forget to look back and recognize how far you have come. Every day brings you one step closer. Healing is not solely physical, it can also include emotional, spiritual, and occupational recovery. Those are just some things to think about before we get started with our presentation. So on this slide, we're going to cover the impact of cancer on identity, meaning, and life roles. So there's some major things that you may experience. So disruption of daily life, this can be changes in routines and lifestyle, physical limitations, life strains, or family or role changes. There can also be emotional and cognitive impacts such as body distortion, social isolation, poor self-esteem, as well as depression, anxiety, and all of those overwhelming feelings. There can also be changes in meaning and purpose. You may have a lost sense of identity, loss of relationships, poor sense of self, or difficulty navigating life. Then there's also the family and caregiver perspective, so they may experience emotional and physical toll as well as secondhand trauma, communication gaps, and changes in roles. Now I'm going to discuss with you some of our core OT beliefs that we have within our profession. So occupation is a central identity and well-being. Engaging in meaningful activities fosters hope, autonomy, and motivation. And then OT helps people adapt, modify, or rebuild roles and routines that give life purpose. In the next few slides, we're going to cover some OT strategies and interventions that can help you rebuild purpose post-diagnosis. Here we have some OT-based strategies that can help you rebuild purpose and meaning in your life after you are diagnosed with cancer. So we have reconnecting and redefining, goal setting and gradual re-engagement, activity adaptation and energy conservation, and building social connection and support. The process by which a person interprets and understands their cancer experience to find personal significance is known as meaning making. This allows us to acknowledge our feelings and bring awareness to how we feel. Post-traumatic growth is referring to the positive changes from the struggles of life. Reconnecting and redefining is where we look back onto what we used to do and find ways to continue participating in them. We can reconnect with past activities we enjoyed prior to the diagnosis. Even after the individual receives the initial diagnosis, they can still redefine their lives and give them purpose that they had prior to the diagnosis. Activity adaptation and energy conservation is where we make the activity easier or change them in some way to allow us to increase our occupational performance and participation. Energy conservation techniques include sitting while completing activities, pacing yourself throughout the day, completing more strenuous activities in the morning, or taking rest breaks. Goal setting and gradual re-engagement includes setting goals that are realistic and achievable post-diagnosis, helping us put our minds on something positive and that will be beneficial for us. Goals can be big or small, whatever you think you can accomplish. Try and set daily goals for yourself to achieve, such as taking a walk outside, talking to a friend you have not seen in a while, doing a hobby, making a meal, or other activities. Setting goals helps us re-engage with past activities that we've enjoyed. By engaging in these activities, it continues to give us a sense of purpose and belonging regardless of the diagnosis. Building social connection and support. It is important to stay connected as well as having support or someone you can rely on. Support groups offer these qualities. It is important to be part of a support group so that you can share your own experiences and be with individuals who may have undergone the same thing. These allow us to continue making connections and being in the community. Support groups can be in person or online. Find a support group in your area today. Areas of focus. Specific to OT, these are the main areas of focus when rebuilding meaning and purpose after being diagnosed with cancer. We have ADLs, IADLs, leisure, and social participation. These typically are the main areas affected, however, the cancer diagnosis can affect other areas as well. Occupational engagement after a cancer diagnosis is where you participate in daily and meaningful activities regardless of the ways in which you do them. Rebuilding meaning and purpose after a cancer diagnosis primarily involves incorporating your experience into your life story. This diagnosis is now part of you and part of your story, but you should not let it define or control you. Continue doing your daily activities and those activities that you find meaningful. Those are what define us, not the diagnosis. With this being said, it is important to know your limitations and what to be aware of and how your body reacts during this time. In addition to the individual experiencing a cancer diagnosis, it is also important to recognize the families and the caregivers. We know that healing is not solely physical, it can also include emotional, spiritual, and occupational recovery. While it's important to support our individuals that we know that have a cancer diagnosis, it's also important to support the families and caregivers taking care of them. Ways we can do this is to encourage open dialogue about various emotions, values, fears, or hopes, develop joint routines that nurture connection, such as shared meals, daily walks, and daily rituals, and support caregivers in maintaining their own purpose beyond caregiving. It's important to encourage family members and caregivers to continue participating in daily activities that they enjoy. While it may be hard to take time to do this, it's super important so that they can maintain their own purpose. These are some more ways that we can support families and caregivers during their time taking care of these individuals with a cancer diagnosis. So we can do family meaning making activities such as a family gratitude circle. This is where the family can gather in a circle and go one by one, discussing what they're grateful for, creating a shared vision board for healing, or doing legacy projects. This can include creating photo albums, memory books, or writing letters to your future self, or your future grandchildren or children. Now that we've covered our information, I just wanted to give a big thank you to those that continue to watch and participate within these presentations. If you will, now please pause the video and scan the QR code below so that way you can take our brief post-test survey. I just wanted to give a big thank you again to those that participated and watched these videos. This is going to be super helpful for my capstone project and creating data that shows the importance of a support group with individuals that have been diagnosed with a cancer diagnosis. And I just wanted to give a big thank you to Southern Cancer Center for allowing me to be here and implement these support groups. Thanks again.